Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering PYAS Ransomware encrypts files and then demands a ransom. The "if you are 18 tap allow" pop-up scam is associated with browser hijackers and adware, and the APT37 threat group has developed a malware dubbed M2RAT. PYAS ransomware is a type of malicious software that encrypts the files on an affected computer and then demands a ransom payment from the user in order to decrypt them. It is typically spread through spam email attachments or malicious websites, with users tricked into downloading and executing the ransomware installers on their own computer. Once installed, PYAS ransomware will scan for certain file types such as images, documents, videos, and other important data and encrypt them using strong encryption algorithms. The ransomware will then drop a ransom message on the victim's screen, demanding payment before they can regain access to their data. Infections like PYAS ransomware can be distributed via software bundles, so if you tend to download freeware or pirated apps distributed through torrent or cracked software sites, you may end up installing such threats. During the encryption process, PYAS ransomware adds the .PYAS extension to the affected files. For example, if a user had a file named 1.jpg, PYAS would rename it to 1.jpg.pyas. In order to retrieve the encrypted files, victims are instructed to contact the attackers via Discord under the username on the screen. According to the ransom note, victims must then follow the instructions provided by the attackers to regain access to their data. There is currently no known free third-party tool that could decrypt files affected by PYAS ransomware. Despite that, it is still highly recommended that you do not attempt to pay a ransom for a decryption key, as this does not guarantee the recovery of the encrypted files. It is best to focus on methods that can help you restore your data and protect your system from similar threats. How do I deal with the PYAS ransomware infection? To protect yourself from the PYAS ransomware attack, you should practice safe web browsing habits like refraining from opening email attachments from unknown senders and downloading programs from unreliable sources. You should also have a reputable malware remediation tool installed on your computer. That way, you can regularly scan for elements associated with this troublesome ransomware infection and other malware. Also, to reduce the potential damage of a future ransomware infection, please consider backing up your files on an external hard drive or cloud storage. The "if you are 18 tap allow" pop-ups are part of an online social engineering scam that can trick users into subscribing to a plethora of undesirable advertisements. This type of unwanted activity may result in exposure to unreliable third-party content, including online games, marketing schemes, adult sites, fake software updates, and other unwanted programs. The pop-ups seem to be affiliated with an adware or a browser hijacker that employs a pay-per-click scheme. Adware and browser hijackers are online threats that may be installed on a user's computer without their knowledge, usually through bundling with other software. The "if you are 18 tap allow" pop-ups can also appear when a user visits certain websites associated with adware, and then they are redirected to unwanted sites or shown intrusive advertising. In the worst case scenario, should the "if you are 18 tap allow" pop-ups be exploited by a third party, you could encounter websites and surveys that may also ask you to enter your personal information to access certain content, like videos, for example. As such, it is important to be aware of these potentially harmful pop-ups and redirects and take appropriate measures to avoid them. It is best to refrain from clicking on unfamiliar links or untrustworthy pop-ups in general when surfing the web, and watch for any new or strange behavior on your internet browser. How do I deal with the if you are 18 tap allow pop-ups? In order to protect yourself from the if you are 18 tap allow pop-ups, be sure to not click on any of the suspicious links or pop-ups that may suddenly appear on your screen. To completely remove any trace of adware or browser hijackers associated with the if you are 18 tap allow, it is recommended that you use a reputable malware remediation tool rather than attempting to manually delete its components from a web browser. This will ensure that the program's associated components are fully removed. Finally, be sure to update and scan your devices regularly. Doing so will help you stay safe by detecting any suspicious activity before it can harm your device. The APT37 threat group, also known as RedEyes or ScarCruft, has been using malicious malware to conduct cyber espionage operations on behalf of the North Korean government. Dubbed M2RAT, this evasive malware uses stenography, the practice of hiding information within digital images to avoid detection by security software. According to AHN Lab Security Emergency Response Center, the malicious campaign started in January 2023, with attackers sending weaponized attachments that exploit an old EPS vulnerability found in the Hangul word processor widely used in South Korea. Once executed, M2RAT adds a new value, RYPO, to the run registry key and executes a PowerShell script via command.exe to gain persistence on the system. The program possesses various malicious capabilities such as keylogging, data theft, and command execution. It can also scan for portable devices connected to a Windows computer and copy any document or voice recording files found on the infected PC. All collected data is compressed into a password-protected RAR archive before being exfiltrated and wiped from memory in order to leave no traces behind. M2RAT uses a shared memory section to communicate with its command and control server, making it difficult for security researchers to analyze the memory of infected devices. With these powerful abilities, M2RAT makes it easy for attackers to control compromised systems as well as collect information from them. How do I deal with an M2RAT infection? To protect yourself from an M2RAT infection, you should practice safe web browsing habits like refraining from opening email attachments from unknown senders and downloading programs from unreliable sources. You should also have a reputable malware remediation tool installed on your computer. That way you can regularly scan for elements associated with this troublesome malware infection as well as other threats. Also, to reduce the potential damage of a future malware attack, please consider backing up your files on an external hard drive or cloud storage. You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like Spy Hunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. Spy Hunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. Spy Hunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the Spy Hunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. Spy Hunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download Spy Hunter today. Thanks for watching.